Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lavinia and I post beauty videos regarding makeup, hair, and skincare multiple times a week. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd love for you to join my channel by hitting the big red subscribe button. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be embracing my acne. I'm going to be doing a full makeup tutorial with absolutely no coverage. And you know, for me, it's acne, but for you it may be your dark circles that you look at, or fine lines or textures or anything like that you look in the mirror, and when you do your makeup, that's the first thing you want to tackle, is cover that up and conceal it. And I wanted to make this video and do my makeup like I usually do. I love doing my makeup. It's so relaxing to me. It's so much fun. But sometimes, you know, I feel like I need to do face coverage and I need to cover up my acne and my acne scarring for me to create a really nice makeup look and play with color or do different lipsticks and stuff. And honestly, you don't need to. You can do whatever makeup you want and not have to cover up the things that you see as flaws in yourself. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Now, I've done a ton of tutorials here on my channel regarding acne. I've done acne makeup looks with no foundation, but I still do a bit of coverage with concealer. I've done full coverage acne makeup looks where I make sure that everything is really covered. I've done a bunch of things suited towards acne and acne scarring in terms of makeup tutorials, but I've never done anything where it's like, okay, let's do a tutorial where we accept our acne and we don't just try to cover it up. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing a full glam look, lips, eyes, everything like that, but no coverage in this video. So if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, just keep on watching.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my sheets.
Alright, so let's just get started. I usually started off with either a primer or just the last step of my skincare routine, so I haven't put on SPF yet, so I'm going to do that. This is just the Neutrogena Zinc Mineral Sunscreen, SPF 50. Just take some and I kind of pat it in first, and then blend it out. I'm going to skip primer today, but you can definitely go in with a primer if that's what you feel like. I'll usually use like my Tatcha Silk Canvas or like a nice dewy primer. Alright, so then I'll go in to do my eyebrows. I'm going to fill them in really lightly with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. When I don't do like a full face of makeup, I don't like to go too heavy with the brows since I already have very naturally dark brows anyways. We're doing absolutely no coverage today. Not even any concealer under the eyes for those dark circles or the veins on my eyelids. Nothing to cover up any of the scarring I have or the acne. I just kind of apply this and then brush it through. And then I want to make sure that those stay in place throughout the day, so I just take the Sister Cosmetics Perfect Brow Kit. This is like one of the best products I've discovered. So I just take this little like pomade here, and this stuff holds your brows so well. And even though I have darker brows, it actually blends in pretty well. So I apply this and get the shape I want. And honestly, I start off by going pretty straight up. I know it looks crazy now, but just wait. So I go up to really make them hold like so. And if you want that really feathery bushy brow look, you can definitely leave it like this. I like to clean it up a little bit more, so I'll let that sit for a minute, and then I'll go in with a brow gel. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. This is just the clear brow gel, and I kind of go over, and I find that using two products like this, like a pomade and a gel, really makes sure everything stays put throughout the day. So I still like it to be a little bit up, but then I go over the top so that it's still kind of cleaned up. So I like the front to be up and then the tail kind of to be combed and nicely done. A full eyebrow tutorial, how I comb my eyebrows. When you have thick and dark eyebrows, you need to tame them in some way. So that's kind of my little routine. I'm going to do some eyeshadow today because I feel like with these types of looks, I don't see a lot of people do eyeshadow. I feel like when people do eyeshadow, they have a full face of makeup going on. So I thought, you know what, let's kind of change that up today. I'm going to be using the Sister Cosmetics Sister Ship You Are My Dream 30 color eyeshadow palette. I just started using this and I already love it. I've done like a couple looks with it. It's a really beautiful palette filled with some neutrals and some more mauvey pink shades, so I thought it'd be perfect for today. So I'm going to go in with the shade Elegant and mix it with Cheer. We're going to do something very, very light today, so I'm just going to go in the crease, kind of using the natural darkness of my eyelids too, and just a fluffy brush. And slightly going in. I'm going to take a bit of the shade Glory. It's a bit more of that taupey shade, and I'm just going to focus this more on the outer corner. Nothing too intense today. Go in with the shade Perfect, which is this beautiful like rusty shade, and mix it with Motivate, which is more of a plum. And I'm going to very lightly build this on my outer corner. Again, not too dark, but I still want to do some color on the lid today. Eyeshadow has to be my favorite part of makeup. Eyeshadow and lips, I would say. That's definitely my favorite part when it comes to makeup. I just feel like you can really be creative in that aspect because, you know, like your face makeup, even if you use other products, it's going to look pretty similar. Like even if you use a different blush or bronzer, highlight, whatever, it's still going to look fairly similar in the end. So I find when it comes to eyeshadow, you can really transform a look. I'm going to take the shade Delightful, this light shade, and I'm going to use this to kind of blend out all the colors together. I'm going to take that same shade, but on a more fluffy brush, and highlight right under the brow bone. Now, since I love my sparkle, I'm going to take the shade Love. Just a beautiful champagne, and I'm going to plop this onto the lid. I'm going to take a bit of the shade Bright. It's this beautiful like silvery shade with pink and purple reflex in it. So how pretty is that? I'm going to add a bit of this to the lid just to make it pop. Next, it's time for my like finishing touch when it comes to these looks, and that's definitely eyeliner. A good wing will really just make you look so put together in my opinion. So I'm using the Sister Cosmetics Eye Contour Precision Liquid Liner. I'm trying not to use my NYC one as much because I honestly do feel like that one is actually discontinued now. So I feel like it's so pointless for me to use it if you guys can't buy it or find it anywhere. So if you have any eyeliner recommendations, please let me know because I've been looking for another one. This one is really good, but I've been looking for one that has like a brush and you take it out of a tube similar to the NYC one. So definitely let me know your suggestions. But I'm just going to make a nice and precise wing. Take it about halfway. Change it up every day, but don't want it to go fully in today. Checking if they're close enough to be even to each other. Now it's time for mascara. I'm just gonna be using this Bare Minerals Lashtopia. It's pretty good, honestly. Not the best I've ever tried it. I got it as a sample from Sephora, and I'm just trying to use the mascaras I own before buying new ones. But it does actually add quite a bit of volume and length. The brush on it is really nice. And just a bit on the lower lashes. I don't like to do a ton when I'm not doing like a full face, so just a little bit. Now let's get started on the face makeup. Now I know you're probably thinking, what do you mean face makeup? You're not doing coverage today. But I still wanted to do like my blush, bronzer, highlight, stuff like that. That's part of my like regular routine. Starting off with bronzer, I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula Bronze Booster, my favorite. Between this and the Butter Bronzer, I literally don't need any other bronzer. Just going with a big fluffy brush. I love adding bronzer just because it makes my skin look a little more glowy, and I love the summer because I can have a tan, but right now it's winter. I like adding bronzer to make me feel a little bit more tan. It's time for some blush. Even like a year ago, honestly, I would never apply blush onto my bare skin because I thought adding more, you know, rosy and pink tones just made my acne even more noticeable. But now I just love blush and I don't really care anymore, so I'm going to be using blush today. This is the Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush. I just did a review on the full collection from Rare Beauty, their new Stay Vulnerable line. So I'll link that down below if you guys are interested in that. But I just take some of this, and I usually like to apply this with either a stipple brush or my fingers, and a bit on the nose. We're really going to be accentuating that little friend over here. And just because I love blush so incredibly much, I'm going to be taking my Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, one of my favorites. I kind of want a bit of that peachy glow today. Just be applying this over. Next, it's time to highlight. I always feel so much more glam and just honestly ready for the day when I have highlighter on. I'm going to be using the Milani Baked Highlighter in the shade Dolce Perla 110. A really, really beautiful like champagne highlighter, and works really well on bare skin as well. And hitting the tops of the cheekbones, nose, Cupid's bow. And highlight the inner corners of my eyes just to brighten the eyes and kind of bring the focus to the eyes. It's time to do lips. I also feel like other than the eyes, the lips are something that's super important in this look because it just really pulls everything together. You can obviously skip this if you're not as much of a lip person, but I feel like I need a lip product no matter what the makeup look I'm doing. So I'm going to take this Rimmel lip liner in the shade Indian Pink and just slightly line my lips with this. I like using a lip liner since I do usually overline my lips just a tad, and I just like that look. And then for today, I'm just going to be going in with a gloss. This is the Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable glossy lip balm, I believe it's called. I tried this out also in my Rare Beauty video and I fell in love with this. Most like moisturizing lip gloss I've ever tried. It's just a beautiful mauve color. I forgot to mention both the lip gloss and the blush are in the shade Nearly Mauve. And then even though we didn't do any face makeup, we're gonna set this makeup down because every look deserves to be set in place. I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. Obviously, we have, you know, my acne peeking through and all my spots, and I feel great about it. I feel glam, and I got to sit down and do my makeup, which is something I absolutely love, but I didn't have to feel like I needed to cover up anything while doing it. And honestly, this is one of my favorite looks too, especially if you do suffer with acne. You do want to let your skin breathe, and sometimes piling on the makeup does not help at all. As much as we want to cover it up and get rid of it, it could honestly just make it worse. So something like this is awesome. You can still play around with makeup, but you know, kind of embrace your real skin too, and just realize that skin is skin. We all have the flaws that we see in our skin, whether it be under eye bags or acne or scarring, fine lines, uneven tones, texture, anything. And honestly, I think it's time to start embracing that. I feel like now in this time, you know, 2020 and going into 2021 now, a lot more people have been embracing their skin, and I'm absolutely here for it. You know, you see on TikTok now, people are taking off their concealer and just letting their dark under eyes just be out, and I think that's amazing. And I think we should start normalizing that with acne and some other skin issues that we typically name flaws, but they're not flaws. It's normal skin. No one has the perfect skin that we see on social media and stuff, and I think it's time we start accepting that and accepting our skin and not trying to cover it up all the time. Definitely not gonna stop wearing face makeup or doing super full glam looks. That's not the premise of this video. It's just more about accepting your skin and not having to feel like you have to cover it up to wear makeup, not having to feel like you have to do full face of makeup with concealer and foundation, everything to be able to do makeup and do a glam look. You can definitely still do that without having to wear coverage on your skin. You know, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have acne or any skin issues that you usually tend to cover up, try this for a day. Don't use any coverage. Do your makeup as usual, like I did in this video. I did all my makeup steps like usual except no coverage. I think this is a great way to kind of work on that and kind of accept your skin and not feel the need to cover it up every day. That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and if you do enjoy my content and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit my notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. I hope you're having a fantastic day or night whenever you're watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me